After weeks of graft, the brickwork is finally up to lintel, but now the real work starts. It is now time to organise the internal trades, electricians, plumbers, underfloor heating and screed. Stay tuned, it's going to get messy. So welcome back to another episode of Acura, and again, as always, it is another busy week. So I've spent this morning just organising that job in the LH because we are going to be starting the internal works in about 2 weeks' time. So inside we've got underfloor heating, we've got obviously all the first fix, electric and plumbing that's going to be going in before the plastering. The kitchen is not yet decided, so we don't need to organise that yet, but there is a few stud walls and a pocket door to erect in there as well. So it's kind of just making them all work together and making sure that there's no breaks in the schedule whatsoever. So the underfloor heating is going to be done by a company called JK Heating. If you watch the project that we did in Kingsley, they come and did that for us. So how it works, they have like this little, it's like a concrete grinding machine, and they go around the room and grind loops into the floor, which then a pipe is laid in. So we're not just going to be having it in an extension, he's also going to be having it throughout the ground floor of the customer, which will be superb. And then obviously tomorrow I've got a meeting with him in the morning to discuss in a bit more detail about his electrics and plumbing, and then I can, with that information, organise Matt and Phil to come in. So yeah, it's a busy week, it's hectic. I'm now going to go to Runcorn, that buy-to-let, and see how it's starting to look. So Carl and Joey worked there the weekend, put a little, replaced the roof on the porch. It was a bit knackered. You know what, you could probably done without replacing it, but I thought, no, it just needs to be done. It looks shabby as well, and when you're selling a house, you can't have it, so we replaced that. And then I need to order a few more bits for that as well. We've not far finished the fascia and soffits, but there is a load of internal work to do inside there as well. So yeah, I don't know where I got that 2 weeks from. There's no way I'd be done in 2 weeks. It's going to be more like 2 months. Because it's a hard one. I can't just drag the lads off our work to go and do it because of chocker as it is. But yeah, might be ringing mummy, come paint for me. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I will catch back up with you later.
Monday morning. One for me. Day. Every day play. Cheers, Ann.
We're all back here at the Chester project today, continuing on with what we left off with last week, which is the block and brickwork, getting it back up. We should be all round to lintel height today, and start looking at getting the steel on the wind post and the lintel over the front window as well.
Tired for all in that.
So yeah, it's going to get that, and then over the top of that, it's going to have a soldier course all the way around the build, and then another one on top all the way round. I love it when the architects design stuff like this. I think if they ever built some stuff, they wouldn't do half the stuff they do, because you know, majority of this is going to be over lintels and steel, and then the rest of it is overhand. So double soldier stack.
Are just going to go.
Yeah, not going to be ideal, but you know, we'll get it done. All day, buddy. What I'm doing here now is Carl's cut down the wind posts, ready for the steel to sit on across the patio doors. Got a beam lifter coming first thing tomorrow morning to lift it in place and keep it steady. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cleaning off the red oxide paint around it, ready for tomorrow, as we're going to weld the new steel lintel onto these wind posts to keep it fixed in place. So I'm just doing all the prep work now, ready for tomorrow morning, so we can just come in, get it done, blather it on, and then start building through. Safety first. Safety. So it's lintel day today, which means we've got one steel lintel going on top of the 2 wind posts, like I said earlier this week. So that's going to go on top of there and get welded on, and then we've got a catnip lintel over this window, which Carl's just bringing that side up now to lintel height, so that can go on. So we've got a beam lifter, so we'll have that lift the steel up into place. Once it's in place, I'm going to weld it onto the wind posts, then we'll put the catnick on, and then we'll run the courses with damp tray over the top of the lintels, and it's having 3 courses of stretcher bond brickwork over the top of them, and then it'll come in with a feature band to finish it off up to the coping stones, which will be double soldier course all the way around. So we're going to get cracking with that. Let's see how it goes.
Ziggy. That can't be right. That can't be his name. Ziggy. No one's called Ziggy. Ziggy Chowdhury. Right, give up with that one. Well, I've had a busy morning this morning. I've been to the lake to go through the electrics and plumbing with the clients. So it's just everything, to cover everything really. So all his first fix and his second fix, where he wants his switches, what zones he wants, how many sockets he wants, different type of lighting he wants. So PIRs outside, we've got some planter lights, LED strips. So yeah, we spent a good hour this morning going through everything with him this morning. And then I went over to Hull just to get a final measure of them copings. They're all ordered now, so when they land, we're all ready to get them installed. And as you can see, I've just got back to the office. I have just spent a good hour now getting that drawn up, and I've sent that to the client. So that's kind of like the first draft. And any changes that he wants to make, we can make. And then I can start looking at getting Matt and Phil booked in. So now I've just had a quote back from the underfloor heating company, and I'm just going to see when we can squeeze them in. So there's not like a specific time we can get them in. We could, worst case scenario, if their lead time's about 6 weeks, we can do it after plastering. I can get Matt and Phil and the plastering started. Or if they can do it pretty soon, we'll get it all routed in the ground prior to plastering. So we'll just see what kind of lead time they're on. So yeah, I'm going to spend some time doing that. I've got also ordered the flat roof lantern for the client, and yeah, I'm up to my eyeballs. I've got a list here as long as my arm that I need to do. So yeah, back to the lads, see how they're getting on with that steel.
That is now the steel in place in the lintel over the top of the window, and the steel's been tacked into place. So we're all ready to go now.
Tic-tacs.
Tic-tacs, yeah, just put some tic-tacs in there.
Tic-tac it up.
So now it is going to be, put the damp tray on, run 3/4 brickwork over the front, and then bring everything round to a similar sort of height, put the blockwork on this edge, and then soldiers on the outside, double stack them.
Let's get the trestles moved.
Set up and ready to go.
That is another day done. It is now 6:10. I've just got home. That's what I'm starting to find. If I ever go on site during the day, even for a few hours, I'm just playing catch up then the rest of the day. So yeah, first thing tomorrow, I'm going to go Beezy's first thing to get 2 brick matches. We've got a bit of a patching in to do at our late job, and then for the next project that we're going to be starting, so I need to pick them up, and then I'm going to be heading over to the late again. We might be adding more additional steelwork to that job, so I'm just going to go over tomorrow and discuss that in a bit more detail. So that is it for Tuesday. See you tomorrow. So I've just got to the late this morning. I've been out early to the builders merchants. I always find if you want to go to builders merchants prior to getting to a job, you always want to get there early. So I tend to get there at 7 before the mad rush at like 8, 9 o'clock. So I've picked 2 brick matches as I explained yesterday. So one is going to be to patch the wall up on the back where the French door is going to become a window, and the other one is for our next job that we're starting after this one in Hartford. So yeah, let's offer them up, see what they look like. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it's bang on, look at that. That's Robert Beasley's. Yeah, get on to that, it's like the same brick, isn't it? These got a few white little holies, but that matches that one without a doubt, doesn't it? Lovely. Yeah, let's get them ordered.
Content, he reckons a lack of mentors means often boys are trying to handle situations on their own. Keep up to date with everything.
So as you can see, I'm back at the office this morning after going to late. And yeah, I've got a bit of a waiting game on this one. So I'm waiting on a few final things to be signed off. So I'm waiting on the structural engineer to get back to me regarding the spinal steel that we might be replacing. I'm waiting on Jack from the crane company to finalise what day he's coming. I thought that was him ringing me, but it's not. I'm waiting on the final sign off for the plumbing phase of works, the first fix and second fix. I'm also waiting on the client to sign off on a few additional works that we're going to be doing in the utility. So the original plan was to bring the ensuite up level, because it's a bit of a step from the utility to the ensuite, but we're not now. We're going to keep the level where it is, because by picking that up, the height of the ceiling was quite low on your head. So we're going to keep that down where it is and then reduce the utility floor level to the same height, which requires, it's about 2 foot of earth to be removed and then insulated, new insulation and concrete to go back in. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the final tick on that, and then with that I can then plan for the internal work phase. So first fix, so getting mat and fill booked in, the underfloor heating from JK, and obviously the screed. Why do I keep thinking someone's ringing me? No one's ringing me. That's because I want everyone to ring me. I'm waiting for people to ring me. It's a nightmare as well. If you try to ring me, when I'm at the office, there's absolutely no signal. So the only time I get signal is outside. So I'm like, everyone WhatsApp me. But yeah, so that is my plan this morning. So it's now 3:15 and I'm still waiting on a few people to get back to us, but I have signed a few things off. So the additional work in that utility is now signed off. We have changed our scope of works. So because we're going to be doing that, we want to do that before the underfloor heating goes in and we start the roof outside. So we're going to start that in about 2 weeks' time, and then while we're outside putting the roof on, the first fix trays can go in and kind of make a start, which is good. So we're on the outside, they're on the inside. So work's getting done on both sides of the build, which is good. We have also ordered the roof lantern for the extension. We've got a nice infinite light frameless one, 3 meters by 1 meter. I'm still waiting to hear from structural engineer regarding the spinal steel that we're going to be replacing. Hopefully he gets back to me today. If not, I'll chase him up in the morning. But as soon as we hear back from him, I can literally get that delivered the next day. So yeah, I'm well ahead of the game. it's hard because I'm trying to project manage the projects that we've got on now, but I'm also like 2-3 months ahead of where we're going. So it's just trying to keep organised in that way, which I enjoy. What I don't enjoy is sitting in here. It's lovely and sunny outside, and I'm in here with no window. I think I'm going to find it very hard in summer to stay in here. But yeah, so that is the end of Wednesday. I'll see you back in the morning. So it's Thursday and I'm up bright and early this morning. So I've been to Screwfix to get a few fixings for the lads. They are erecting that temporary stud work that we do on every job. So you've probably seen in previous episodes. If you haven't seen, then I'll explain. So what we do when we do knock-throughs, instead of using like dust sheets or plastic sheets just to kind of make like a temporary wall, we do knock up stud walls. So we're going to erect a stud wall. We're also going to insulate it as well. Because don't get me wrong, it's not minuses at the minute, but in the morning it is a bit cold, and the client do have kids as well. So it's just to basically stop any dust kind of going into the house where they're living, which is obviously what we don't want. So that is the first job. We're going to pull out the unit this morning, erect that wall, and then the lads are good to go with that steel work. Now, there's a few different ways that you can kind of do your steel work. Now, that one there is quite a big steel that's going to be going in, and because of the way how the flat roof's formed, if we don't put that in prior to the roof, it'll be in the way of the joists and we won't be able to lift the steel as high as that we want. So that is the reason why we're doing it first. It's not really something that we do a lot, but it's got to be done. So that is why we're doing it that way today. So yeah, on the way to late this morning, I am meeting Matt and Phil in about an hour just to go through that electrical and plumbing plan that I've made yesterday and make sure they're happy. Then they can do some quotes and then we can look at getting them two booked in, I imagine in a few weeks' time. They're going to have a quote at a later date, so I don't know whether you need to put anything in place.
It doesn't change for me, no,
Okay.
just Matt needs to put some files. Because to be honest, you could put, because you stood in the wall up on the left hand side, about 100 mil.
Yeah.
You could put it straight on the breeze.
Put what?
And then the stud brings the
Bring what?
manifold. Put
The manifold on
Yeah,
there?
put the manifold right on the brick and then
Yeah.
stud it over the top of it. Don't look outside then.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's
At your gullies.
Technically, so this get knocked out by this wall to here,
Yeah.
and then this is kind of split into 3 zones. There's going to be a stud work here into the utility room.
Okay, yeah.
A double stack dry and washer.
Yeah.
Just allow for that, the socket behind that, and that's
Yeah.
it, mate.
Yeah.
Everything else, it's not adding everything above units.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything else
That's
goes.
right.
Just allow for that,
Ah,
mate.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
just to less complicate for yourself.
Yeah.
Once it's good,
That makes
once
it
it's
way
good.
easier.
Yeah. But what we'll do then, mate, we'll go outside. I'll just talk you to go on.
Yeah,
Just
sound,
look at
yeah,
some shit
yeah,
in the
because that's
garden.
what we were mainly talking about. You
Yeah.
just got lights in the back and stuff.
Now we've just emptied the customer's kitchen. Found loads of goodies. Some treats, protein, creatine, snacks, cereal, whiskey, if you like your whiskey. And now we're just taking out the kitchen units up to here. Ready to put our temporary stud wall up so we can take all this down, get this propped up, down, steels in, and then yeah, once the steels are in, we'll get that all packed up, good to go.
So that is it for the Thursday. It is now 5:30. All lads are at home and I'm still here. But I always find Thursday is like my busiest day. Not just necessarily going on site, but I always find Thursday is kind of like you got payroll going out. Always do like me ordering on a Thursday, ready for next week. So obviously, roof lantern's been ordered, steels have been ordered, underfloor heating, deposit's been paid. So everything's kind of paid, ready to go for next week. So yes, Thursday has always been busiest day, and when I get back as well, I kind of use Thursday night to obviously edit my YouTube as well, which always takes, it's probably a good 4 or 5 hours. I probably spend a few hours tonight, and then I kind of finish it off on a Friday night, Saturday night, depending on what I'm doing in the day. So yeah, Thursday is always busy, and it is not over for me. So I will see you back in the morning. So the project management side of the business is kind of all up to date at the minute. So we've got 2 projects on at the minute, and Evan is kind of booked in, or provisionally booked in. So I'm going to spend the next hour looking in more detail at the SMSTS course, that CITB fund. God, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? So what that is like a site supervisor course. I want to put myself, Ben and Cal through it. Now I know a lot regarding it anyway. It's more to do with health and safety on our sites, and just keeping that as our main priority throughout our jobs. So I want to put Cal and Ben on it, so they can be stuff that they don't even know, even though they've both kind of been on site and got years of experience. There's a lot of things that they don't know, and myself as well. I don't know everything, and I want to kind of progress them, not just as tradesmen, but as we look to progress, I can see them to kind of go into more of a project management role or site manager role if we do get bigger as a company. So I'm looking at that now. I know CITB offer funding for it. I think it's like 70%. And how it kind of works, it's a 5-day course. You can either do it in a block or like 1 day a week for 5 weeks. Now, obviously, I can't stop work for the week for us to do that. So I'll have to look at the option, obviously, 1 day a week. So I'm going to apply for that this morning, or maybe even try to speak to one a bit more detail on how it works. So I'm going to ring that this morning, and then a land opportunity come on my desk this morning. So I put a post up on LinkedIn, and a fella's been in touch regarding a development just outside Northwich. So I'm going to do the numbers on that and see if we can make that work. But yeah, I'm always looking for developments. I'd probably say half of every other day looking for developments and land opportunities. So that is always at the back of my mind, and that is always the end goal. So it's Friday, and it's that day again. Me and the lads have been here this morning. We've loaded up the van, ready to go to Leitch. They are carrying on with the temporary walls again this morning. So plans have changed. So the original plan was we were going to get the 2 steels up today, but there's going to be a bit of a push. So the Genie company were going to deliver the Genie till about 11. Now that gives you literally half a day to lift the 2 beams into place and get them all packed ready for the weekend, and it was just too much of a push. So we've decided we're going to push that work back Monday, lifting the steels in place, and then we're just going to get everything propped, temporary walls up, ready to go for Monday. And as well, I don't like leaving walls propped over the weekend, even though I know enough will happen. I don't like doing it. So we'll prop it in certain places today, but we won't remove any wall. So that's all ready to go for Monday. So Ben is ill today. I gotta admit, I can't even remember the last time he was off. I reckon Ben, don't get me wrong, he has a holiday or 2, but the last time Ben was ill, I can't even remember. Literally years. So he's ill this morning. He's got some bug. So, and he's got the camera to film the late. So looks like a day in the life with me and my boring life. Now I'm on my way to Runcorn. So you might have seen, well, by the time this video comes out, would have been last week. I put a Facebook post out just looking for another 1 or 2 members of staff. So we are expanding, and what's happening now, I'm actually, don't get me wrong, you can't take every single job on, but I am turning good jobs away because we just haven't got the manpower to do it. So I'm going to Runcorn, like I just said, to meet this lad. He's doing a little phoner there. I just want to meet him, see what he's about, see what his work's like, and yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, that was a good little meeting. Now I'm on my way back from Runcorn now. I'm going to go straight to the office. So what I've done in the past when I've looked to get new members of staff is I've kind of put like an advert out. They've got in touch and I've said, you know, what have you been doing, what's your experience, whatever it is, and they've said, yeah, I've got a bit of site experience, or I've been doing this, and then they turn up and then they're nowhere near what they told me. So what I've done and started to do, if we are looking for a tradesman, for example, like we are now, I want to go and see their work, you know, and how, if they are doing their own little jobs, how the site run, are they clean? For example, that lad there is a bricklayer, so I've looked at the brickwork close, and you know what, it's really neat, which is the main thing. I'm not really concerned, because he's kind of like an improver, so he's not like a fully fledged bricklayer with years experience. He's kind of newly qualified and then just kind of learning as he goes. Now his speed is no concern. I'm looking at how neat his brickwork is, and that's my only concern, because speed will come with experience, as most tradesmen know. So yeah, I think I'm going to go back to the office now, see when we can give him a start date, and we'll kind of go from there. Back in the hole. And that is it for this week's episode, and I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been watching. Now, I kind of set this YouTube up, it was kind of for clients originally, so they could kind of watch their journey, and you know, it's always on YouTube for them to kind of look back and look at their extension build or whatever it is we're doing at their house. But it's kind of turned into something kind of different. It's almost like a vlog. You know what, I don't even know what it is, but I'm really enjoying doing it. Whether the lads enjoy it, I don't know, because the lad's under a lot of pressure anyway to obviously progress a job, and then I'm kind of adding more stuff onto him, just like filming all the time. But yeah, no, I'm happy where it's going, and it is growing. We've got 500 subs now, which I'm absolutely made up. But yeah, we'll see where it ends up. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.
Fucking cold today.
Oh, the client can have their back. Up a few fixtures. No. Blah blah. Fixings. A few fixings. The day literally